Welcome to the SMG Podcast, covering this week in sports, movies, and games. Got a question? Ask us on Twitter at SMG Podcast.
All right, welcome to the first SMG Podcast, sports, movies, and games, and we'll be covering a lot of everything, really. As far as games this week, you guys play anything new or fun?
Well,
Yes.
actually, considering this is our first podcast, maybe we should also introduce ourselves before we go in and talk about our own stuff.
We will.
So, Keelan wants to go first. Keelan should introduce
You want
himself.
to tell us some shit about you?
All right. I'm Kiwan. I'm the token black guy of the group. I pretty much play everything, any type of games, honestly. I'm all Detroit, everything for sports, unless you're talking about the Thunder, because then I'm all Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. Let's not talk about that. Wounds are too early.
You're not about Detroit football, though.
I'm
College.
definitely all over. Well, okay, yeah, college. Obviously, I'm not going to go for like Detroit Mercy or anything like that. That's Ohio State. But other than that, all Detroit everything.
And you are from?
And I am originally from Detroit, and right now I guess I'm in Toledo, so we'll go with Toledo, Detroit.
That's gross. That's very gross. I could smell Toledo from here.
Oh, at least it's not Detroit. That's my hometown, but I'm not really trying to go back there anytime soon. Or at least live there.
So what have you been playing, Kiwan?
On Tuesday, Watch Dogs came out, and it's a game I've been looking forward to for a couple years now, and so, it's been widely talked about. It was supposed to originally come out when the PS4 came out, in November, and then it got pushed back some months, and I'm not too mad about it getting pushed back because it let them get some time to,
as long as it's a decent game. They push it back and it comes out like shit.
I mean, I've played probably a couple hours of it, probably about 10 hours or so of it. I haven't put too much time into it. And I will say it's actually really, really fun. It's like Grand Theft Auto on crack.
I mean, I guess from what I've heard, it was disappointing. I mean, besides from Europe, from what you said, other people who I've listened to in reviews and stuff said it was maybe like the gameplay itself wasn't bad, but like some of the graphical issues and stuff for what it's supposed to be able to accomplish on next gen and PC isn't up to par with stuff that's come out in the past for like Xbox 360 and PS3.
Well, okay, for PS3, I've read the reviews and stuff like that. It's really, but like graphically, I will say it from the PS4, it's a very pretty game. It really
is. It any more than pretty though?
No, it's pretty fun. It's kind of like I said, it's very Grand Theft Auto-y, as in like it's free roam, do whatever. But you're a hacker essentially, and you have a phone, and you can press square, and automatically you can connect to and hack to pretty much anyone around it. And so it's really interesting. They put a lot of time into making sure that every person had like a different thing. Like there's like, you click on a person and it might say sexual predator or stuff like that. And like random little things will pop up. And like not everybody, you can't hack everybody, but like some people you walk by and, you can hack their bank account and then go to an ATM. And like, as you get further on, there's some that have like, rich bank accounts, which will randomly have like 10 grand you steal and stuff like that.
Right.
And then there's like, little things that I appreciate. Like, for example, you can check into places, if you're by a place.
Like Foursquare?
Like Foursquare, exactly like Foursquare. You press up on the D-pad and you can check in. You can be the king of that spot or whatever if you check in enough times at a certain time. And people can leave gifts and stuff like that as well.
Okay.
And so I think that's really cool, really unique.
Now, does this have any kind of online element to it?
Yes, it does. The online stuff is interesting, but sometimes it can be annoying. When you first start off, some of the missions will randomly make sure that you have an online interruption, and pretty much it'll be somebody is like hacking your information or something like that, and so you'll like look to find them and stuff like that, and they'll be in like your general area. They'll give you like a search area, and so your goal is to stop them beforehand. And so that's kind of interesting. I don't do it too much. You can choose whether you want to do it or not. So I don't really mess with that a lot. There's one thing I really appreciate that I thought was really cool. They have something called digital trips where it's kind of like drugs. You go up to a guy and he's like, "Hey, do you want to go on a trip?" And it's called a digital trip. And so it's like different little games and stuff like that.
So is it like an acid trip?
Well, it's like different little games. Like my favorite one is called Spider Tank. Literally, you have this crazy fucking spider tank, and it's interesting when I think it's interesting because I hate spiders. But you're essentially in this tank destroying the city, and they give you like little different things that pop up, and you can upgrade your spider tank and stuff like that, and jump around. And it's really just a random little game in there that you can mess around with. There's like lots of distractions you can mess with.
Right.
My important question is, can you have sex with a hooker and then immediately murder her afterwards and get your money back?
Not that I have come across yet.
Well, I'm not buying it. So,
one thing that you guys will learn as you watch this is you could ask Kiwan what he had for breakfast, and you're going to get a 15-minute discussion about it. He'll tell you about what he had for lunch and supper the day before.
And how he prepared them.
Just so that you know why he had that for breakfast.
I talk a lot, man.
Very thorough.
Yeah, extremely.
And every meal will involve Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
Not every. Makes me want some right now.
I guess let's give Isaac the floor now.
All right. I'm Isaac. I reside in Bell Fountain, small little city in between some big cities in Ohio. Pretty plain, country, all that. As for games, the game I've been playing a little bit of, let's see here, I've played it for 50 minutes, I guess. I'll look on Steam, is Paranautical Activity. It is an indie game, and it was in a Humble Bundle a couple weeks ago. And it is a procedurally generated voxel game where you basically dungeon crawl the map. You come in and you have like 6 or 7 different characters to choose from, and they all have a weapon and a secondary. And then you crawl through this dungeon trying to get to the bottom floor. And as you go through there, you pick up power-ups, you kill stuff. Really fun, really wacky. The colors are very trippy. It's like you're on an acid trip. They're really psychedelic colors and stuff, but super fun. I really enjoy it. It's really hard too, so makes you keep coming back for more.
Cool.
I don't know. It's really fun. It's an indie game, so not many people know about it.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it, and I was trying to look here on Steam. You said it was Aeronautical?
Yeah, Paranautical Activity.
Aeronautical. But I'm sure I just butchered the spelling of that. There it is. Oh, it's only a $10 game.
Mm-hmm. It was Kickstarter game as well.
I don't fuck with Kickstarter anymore.
No.
They let me down.
Not since Blue Mountain State have I messed with it.
But I didn't know
other
about
than
that until after the fact.
Obviously, you've been doing your daily Minecraft stream.
Yes, I have.
Trying to hit day 365. Where are you at now?
Let's see here. I quit counting actually because I had, what was it? I had a 4 or 5 day span where my world was gone, and I couldn't get it. Like I had a backup of it, and I couldn't get it to roll back. And between that and having just other things come up with my system, I had to take it all apart, clean it out. It got some dust on the RAM, like right on the connectors, and oh my gosh, right on the, it was nasty. I'd be playing, and all of a sudden just blue screen. So I'd wait for it to go through, and I'd look, and it'd say something. I'd check it and be like, oh, well, that's nothing. Like, that's not overheat. It's not the processor messing up. It just happens, and it can happen once in a while because it's Windows.
Right.
But
Boo! What?
but
Fuck you, Q1.
yesterday I ended up playing 12 hours straight. Ended up losing the 12 or 14, but I ended up losing the world right at the end.
And you're playing Mad Pack.
Yeah, Mad Pack. It's by John Bams and Keehan. They put the pack together, and it's all about playing hardcore. So when you die, no matter how far in the game you are, how much time, how little time, as soon as you die, your world's gone. You have to close the game and restart it and start all back over from scratch.
Fuck that. No, thank you.
But today, every day I've been trying, well, not every day, but every Friday, the pack updates in some way. Like sometimes it's bug fixes, this or that. And so every week I try to get my world that I had lost rolled back. And today I actually got it to finally roll back. So
Okay.
I've got a kick-ass world now. I've got flight, a sword that never breaks, that does like, instead of it doing damage, like when you hit a monster, when they flash red, you can't damage them anymore. But this one, as fast as you can click your mouse, it'll do damage. It creates unbreakable torches that sit on the walls for free, so you don't have to carry those around anymore. It's awesome. I'm basically unkillable.
No, go ahead.
Until I fight the dragon, then he'll probably one-shot kill me. But I've got a while for that.
Been a little bit of Hearthstone. I saw you on there playing a little bit this weekend.
Yep, saw you on there too.
Yep. And finally started. I've had it downloaded on my computer for like 3 weeks and finally played it here Thursday night, Friday night.
And you're welcome.
I heard you really like the shaman.
I was doing work with the shaman for a while.
It's solid.
Map up, what about you?
All right.
Real quick, what have you been playing? Give us the background.
Well, I'm Matt Pup. Right now I'm splitting time between Kokomo, Indiana and Rockford, Ohio. I'm taking a new job. I'll be moving back to the Rockford area, probably living in Van Wert, which is a very small community area. I teach, so I get a lot of summers free, so hopefully be able to do a lot more video game shit here in the summer. Sports-wise, all Ohio, but no particular loyalty to any city. I guess you would have to say mostly Cleveland. I'm a Browns fan. I guess for basketball, even though I don't really watch basketball, I identify more with the Cavs. Then Cincinnati Reds and Ohio State Buckeyes. Game-wise this week, games I played were Madden, but I'm not going to talk about Madden because fuck that.
Why not?
I just got it back from Don, so I just played it a little bit. I got a downloaded roster that had the rookie draft picks on it, but it's just kind of really shitty. So it's more so than pissing me off and making me not want to play video games. Other than that, played MLB The Show. I got MLB The Show last week and been playing that.
Miguel Cabrera on the cover. Go Detroit. What?
Yeah, it's really nice. I didn't buy last year's because I thought between last year and the year before is basically the same game. But the one they made for the PS4 is really, really nice, really, really pretty. It's difficult, but at the same time easy, I guess. I go on like really big hot streaks and cold streaks. But for some reason in that game, it is absolutely impossible to get a walk. Because you're always trying to hit some kind of junk ball in the fair territory, and it just makes it...
In the road to the show, right? Not in...
Yeah, road to the show. So, like, my guy's halfway through the season, he has, like, 2 walks right now. Actually, I think it's one legitimate walk, and the other time he got beamed by a pitch. So, but he's batting, like, 380 or something crazy like that. I also borrowed Pokemon X from Don last night, which I played for about 4 hours last night after I went home. It's actually fun. I wasn't expecting a lot. I like how I get to have a brand new stupid starter, that I can't identify with, but at the same time, pick up an old starter that I can identify with. So I get to learn and enjoy the new one, and then just rely on Charizard to shit on everybody. But at the same time, it's kind of like how they set the game up. They had to set that up for like Japanese children or something like that, because I feel like I feel like a gay boy half the time when I'm playing it, because my dude looks like a queer. Like I feel like if I would have picked the girl, she would have been a more masculine option than any of the guy options in that game.
And this is Pokemon X, you said?
Yes, and every single male in that game that you play, trainers, the professors.
Don't they
wow.
vaguely come on to you during that game?
They have to. That professor is such a raging queer. Like, he wants to suck a dick, whether or not it's yours, and he's also a pedophile, I don't know. But he dresses flamboyantly, he talks like an asshole.
He's
His
just
hair,
waiting.
man.
He's just waiting for you to catch a bunch of Toros so you can send them back there, and he can just have a bukkake party with him.
Jerking off in your mouth. I'm mad you can't take your mom's ride-on with you. I think that would have been fucking awesome. She was just like, here, take my ride-on and go shit on everybody with it. But no, I can't do that. I'm basically just catching all the original Pokemon I can because I don't want to use anything new and exciting.
Just saying.
Yeah.
The male hero character, he doesn't look so bad. It's just those glasses.
I got him a new hat immediately. But I also like how he's walking around some San Francisco mail carrier bag too, like some little asshole. Just put a backpack on you, you dick. You're traveling across the country. All right, that can't be comfortable when you're rollerblading around like an asshole. And then every single male trainer in that game is just the fairiest looking son of a bitch I've ever seen. And there's this one part where you're going through an area where there's like these hedge mazes, and you're fighting gardeners. Because for some reason the gardeners all have those goddamn lobster Pokemon. And just the picture of the gardener when you're getting ready to fight him, he looks like the most depressed asshole I've ever seen in my life. Like, his whole life is trimming hedges and fighting kids. And it just shows on his goddamn miserable face. Other than that, I've been playing a lot of Hearthstone.
Hold on. Let me show you the fucking gardener from Pokemon.
Oh, wow.
Look at that miserable asshole. One, it looks like he wants to attack you with his hedge clipper.
Hold on. Look at this. If you can see, there are scissors on top of his scissors. Like, his scissors have scissors inside of them.
They do.
I don't know if you can see it.
He's just so angry looking. And his Pokemon looks angry. It looks like he wants to eat his fucking Pokemon because his Pokemon looks delicious with, like, some butter sauce and whatever. But, like, it doesn't even make sense. He's a gardener and he uses a lobster.
Because
like,
his lobster helps him cut.
Yeah. Then get a Krabby, because nobody likes that lobster asshole. Stupid.
I wish we could just perform massive Pokemon genocide and go back to having, like, 225.
They even changed the Pikachus.
Yeah,
Heresy. Called a female Pikachu, like, the tip of its tail looks like the top of a heart. It looked fucking stupid. I got so mad. I caught one out of principle, and I was like, I'm not going to use it until I catch a male Pokemon. I'm going to throw this one away. Like an unwanted kitten, I'm going to put my Pikachu in a sack with a brick, and I'm going to throw it over a bridge, because I don't want it. But
what's the Mega Evolve like?
I haven't gotten to that yet.
I have, and it is more of a hassle than anything.
I was going to say, your side probably...
I mean, it's kind of cool, because once you get the Charizard, you're like, I can Mega Evolve him into whatever I want. But he doesn't... I've never noticed much of a difference. Any Pokemon, where I was in the game, I was like level 40, 45, wherever. Where I was in the game, any Pokemon that I came across I could beat with regular Charizard. And after about the first 4 times of transforming him, it just got boring. And that's essentially when I stopped playing, because that's all I wanted was to get the Mega Evolutions. And to try and catch a Mewtwo, but he never came. I don't think I got that far into the game.
Who would have thought when Pokemon made it with Digimon and made some sort of Hellspawn, it would have sucked dick. But, I mean, apparently that's what we got. But other than that, like, honestly, it's a fun game from what I've seen so far, but just a lot of oddities where I'm like, you could have made this not be so... and so few letters gay. A lot of it just seems really, really odd and feminist or feminine for whatever reason. And then the last game I've been playing a lot this week is Hearthstone. I teach, so I play a lot of Hearthstone on my iPad. Especially right now since we had like our finals and stuff this week, and then in my independent classes we didn't really do anything. So I played a lot of Hearthstone while I was at school.
Now, keep in mind, this is a guy who's molding the minds of our future.
Well, I can mold them all I want, but
lawyers and
boredom's
stuff.
boredom, and if I'm not going to do anything, I'm going to try to play some Hearthstone, and then immediately yell at another kid who I catch playing Hearthstone on his iPad and make him stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Because let me tell you, I caught a kid playing Hearthstone, and I was like, you got to turn that off and study. I walk back around a minute later, and I see him playing Hearthstone again, but instead of yelling at him, I just walk up behind him so he's aware of my presence, and he hides it with his notebook. And anybody who's played Hearthstone knows the longer you wait on the turn, it just counts down and just, you lose your turn, and that's exactly what I made him do until he lost that match.
Well,
And I was so happy.
eventually it's instant. You just don't even get your turn.
Yeah.
It's dead. And he lost. And I like to think that he was playing in a ranked match, and it really pissed him off.
Hey, speaking
yes.
of ranked match, if you got above, what is it, like level 23,
Yep.
you
Level
got
20.
free 20? Okay, you got a free card back today.
Yep. So I pretty much got my card back, so I'm sitting right around like 17 or 18 right now.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Me and Dom were playing last night. He was doing his stuff on the Shaman, and I actually just paid the $2 and went through the arena. And had a pretty good run through the arena where I had like 6 or 7 wins, which is pretty nice. So
Yeah.
I'll probably actually save my coins up and just do arena now, because that's actually mildly interesting, even though the card pack I got from it was really shitty. And then me and Don actually tried to play last night, and his connection was so bad that it decided to literally fuck my game. And
For 3 turns, he didn't play a single fucking card.
Oh.
I just destroyed it.
I had that happen the other night too. I was playing ranked, and it was going to bump me up to 15, and I was on like a 5 or 6 game streak. So I mean, I was tearing through, and I was on my kill turn. I was going to play Leroy Jenkins and what was it? I was using the Warlock, so I use Power Overwhelming, which turns Jenkins into a 10/10. And then Faithless Manipulator, so then I have 20 damage on the board. I was going to swing for game. I got Jenkins down, and I lost my turn, and then by the time I could actually play again, my board was cleared, and I had like 2 health. So
yeah, well, I was trying to lay.
Regardless, let's move along.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
40 out.
I would just like to mention Hearthstone laid down every single card I attempt to right when I conceded. It's like, no, you did this. Don't blame us. Fuck you.
Well, anyway, we've got fucking half an hour into this, and we've made it through 3 introductions and essentially Hearthstone already. Keywan's sitting there texting me, I can't relate to any of this. I have a Mac. I suck. That's what he texted
You do
me.
suck.
He said,
You do
I
suck.
have a Mac. If there's not a penis in my face, I just can't keep my attention.
oh god, this sucks being the resident Apple fan.
I'm Donnie G. We're all pretty much PS4 fanboys at the moment.
oh yeah,
Me, Ryan, and Isaac do some PC gaming. Obviously not Keywan because he's got a Mac. He does his video games on Adobe Illustrator.
I draw. Thank
He's
you.
trying to get to the boss on Adobe Illustrator. I guess I picked up Hearthstone here. I've had it installed on my computer for about 3 weeks, and I finally played it Friday night. Hated it. Sorry, played it Thursday night. Played 2 matches. Hated it. Thought about uninstalling it.
See, in
And
my
then-
defense, I had Hearthstone on my iPad, and I didn't like it.
No.
That's because you suck.
After, I was sitting there messaging Isaac the whole time. I'm like, this
Mhm.
game fucking sucks.
and I told you
Not getting any wins. Not doing shit.
and I
and
told
then-
you just hang on, just hang on.
After about 5 games after that, I started winning and went on like a nice little 6 or 7 win streak, and then was just typing to Isaac. I was shitting on people. Like, here's one guy. Each hero has, like, essentially Deckmaster has 30 hit points, and once his hit points reach 0, then you win. I had like 10 left, and the guy I was playing had 24 or 25 left, and I laid one hand of cards and took them all the way down to 0 and just fucking lost it. But other than that,
Because this is America.
other than that, I did. Me and Ryan played a little bit. He was over here last night. We played a little bit of Rust. I went and read the dev blog. I've been reading up on it every Friday just to see what kind of improvements they've been doing. But we went on the development server last night. And we're messing around on it. It's actually, it looks nice, but there's not really any playability on it yet. You can still play the old version of it that they haven't updated in 3 months, but that's what I've been waiting for. I think the last PS4 game I played was NBA 2K14. I think I went through a season on that with my player. Won another championship, getting those rings for Dick Steele. Other than that, I haven't been playing a lot. We're in the busy season at work, so I'm working 12, 14-hour days. As far as sports goes, I am a huge Ohio State fan. Pretty much any school in Ohio, root for them. NFL, I don't know. There's
The Browns.
the Browns. If they were good, I could come out fighting.
Yeah, don't want your fandom anyway, you dick.
Slowly turning into a Lions fan.
Yeah.
Just because Tommy.
Hey, whatever.
Boy.
The NBA got Miami Heat going to the championship again.
Yeah,
not so
boy.
not so much the Heat as it is LeBron.
If you don't stop hugging LeBron's dick, it's going to fall off.
Get off of it. Come
It's
on.
a fucking full body pillow, let me tell you.
So disturbing.
All right, let's move on real quick. We've got anybody real quick favorite movie? Give me a top 3 list. Go.
Of all time?
Yep.
Ooh.
Spider-Man, well, The Amazing Spider-Man.
Okay.
Predator, the first one and only the first one.
Right. The second one doesn't exist.
No. And the first Matrix. Top 3
Okay.
movies right there.
Okay.
Okay.
Anybody else?
I got 2. I'm still coming up with the 3rd.
Kiwan?
I've got 2 coming up with 3rd. You go, you Don. It's all you.
Oh God.
The pressure's on!
The heat
I
is
tell you
on.
what. Top 3 movies. I love the Avengers. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Friday Night Lights, I think, is probably in there. It's top 5 for sure. I don't know if it's top 3. Other than that, I would probably go maybe Pulp Fiction. Maybe we'll go with those 3.
All right, I got mine.
All right, rattle them off, brother.
All right, first favorite of all time, The Dark Knight. I'm all Batman, everything. That's not a surprise to any of you guys. I really like The Departed. It's probably my second favorite movie, and then Gangs of New York would be the 3rd.
Okay.
Solid picks.
Does The Departed squeal like a piggy boy? No, that's Deliverance.
That's Deliverance. The Departed is the cop drama with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And Leonardo DiCaprio kills Matt Damon at the end.
I keep seeing that in the Blu-ray
Spoiler
bin
alert.
at Walmart. Yeah. I keep seeing that in the Blu-ray bin at Walmart, and I pick it up in my hand for like 2 minutes, and I'm like, no. And then I let it slip away. Even though I do enjoy it, I'm just not willing to buy it at the moment. I'm going to mention, even though it's not in my top 3, A New Hope, because I know all of us are pretty decently sized Star Wars fans. So that's probably definitely in the top 5, but not quite top 3.
Respectable.
Top 3 in order. 3 is probably actually the original Iron Man. Basically because it started that whole franchise and everything, and where we're at now.
Everything for superheroes.
Yeah. So it might not necessarily be my favorite to watch by itself at this moment, but it's the one I'd have to mention. Number 2, and I just had it. Shaun of the Dead would probably be number 2. I love all 3 of the movies Sean Pegg's done for that franchise. And number 1 would probably still have to be Tommy Boy.
Okay.
That's respectable.
What about anybody watch any good games? I'm sure Keywan's watched a couple Thunder Spurs games, a little bit of Miami Heat.
It was honestly, for the series, is how much it had been jumping back and forth with a blowout, then a blowout, and then another blowout, and another blowout. It ended up being last night's game, and I'm a huge, Thunder fan. Russell Westbrook's my boy, and I really like Kevin Durant and stuff like that. But last night's game ended up being the closest of them all. Obviously went to overtime, and the Thunder lost in overtime. But it was a good game. I just got to say, man, you just can't beat the Spurs are just too fundamentally sound. Like,
fucking nasty. Tony Parker didn't even play the second half last night.
Yeah, I know. And they're just too fundamentally sound. It should be a good series. I'm going to go with between the Heat and the Spurs. I'm going to go with the Spurs in 6 or 7. Yes.
That's shocking.
Really?
That's shocking.
You know what? I'll say Heat just because, as Don being a fan, he might as well get to enjoy one more championship before LeBron leaves.
Before LeBron comes back to Cleveland.
Yeah. Whether that happens or not, all I know is he's just not going to be in Miami anymore. So
honestly, I just want them not to get that third one because of the not 1, not 2, not 3. Yeah. I just really want them to fail. But
let's all focus on the bright side of things, and that Cleveland got its 3rd first-round pick in 4 years, which is really the important thing that's happening.
Big conspiracy theory that the NBA gave Cleveland when Cleveland lost LeBron. The NBA essentially paid them back with 3 number 1 overall picks.
Now, whether that's true or not,
which they wasted away on Anthony Bennett because he's really good.
Yeah, no shit. He can fucking drown in a shallow ditch and nobody would really recognize it. Not to say that any human being should die because he's bad at basketball, but
he's played a whole season, and I guarantee you he is.
They could have used that draft pick on a pack of socks and gotten more out of it.
Right, but he produced less that entire season than Greg Oden did in the 12 games he played in his rookie season, and yet Greg Oden's the best.
Killing me.
Yeah, but Cleveland fucking having a huge week when they got that first-round draft pick, and then the Indians just apparently shit all over Detroit, which I don't follow Indian baseball, but those text exchanges between you and Reese were pretty funny, Kiwan. And then, of course, Johnny Manziel, which everybody's sucking dick on him. So
hey, I will say I hate Cleveland sports, but I like Johnny Manziel, so I want to see him
too,
succeed.
But I'm just so it's already tiring. Every time you turn on ESPN or NFL Network, everybody's just sucking on Manziel's dick or complaining about something he did.
It wouldn't matter if he played for Cleveland or he got drafted by the Packers. They'd do the same fucking thing.
I know.
Just be glad that Cleveland is finally giving good press.
It's not.
They're
good
not
press,
already.
Though.
It's not every other year when they're like, so who are the Browns drafting next year?
It's literally not. It's literally not
year.
Good press though, because everything they're doing is spun negatively towards Cleveland. Like I listened to them talk about on NFL Network this morning, but like, I can't believe he went to Las Vegas and had a fun time. He should have been studying his playbook the whole weekend. You don't see Aaron Rodgers doing that, and it's like. He's a 21-year-old kid. He's way younger than we are, and he has the money. He went to Las Vegas and got pictures with a bunch of sexy ladies. What's wrong with that? The guy's just trying to get his dick wet. I'm not going to fault him on that. Now, would I prefer him maybe stay and study the playbook a little bit more? Yeah, but how the hell do you know what Blake Bortles did over Memorial Weekend? No. Because there's no goddamn media coverage for Blake Bortles. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit if Teddy Bridgewater went and drank 12 beers and sucked a guy's dick in the bathroom. If he did that, fine, but nobody's going to talk about it. Everybody cares about what Manziel did. And the whole reasoning is, Joel, you don't hear, because they're using Tom Brady as an example. So Tom Brady went to the Kentucky Derby. Tom Brady does this and does that all the time. It's like, well, you never hear about him in the media. It's like, because nobody gives a fuck about Tom Brady and what he does in the offseason. TMZ's not following him around everywhere. TMZ's following Johnny Manziel around everywhere because he was a freshman Heisman Trophy winner. So it doesn't matter what he does. Honestly, you're going to know if he farts at breakfast, you're going to know what it fucking smells like because TMZ's following him around.
Why don't you just once a week sit down and write angry letters to all of these different places?
Nope. This is my venting session. Dear
Jesus.
NFL Network, can you please suck on my fat chode and eat the cottage cheese off my dick? Thank you. Sincerely, Ryan Fisher. I probably shouldn't have given my last name.
It's all right. It's generic.
I don't give a fuck.
It's cute.
Okay.
John Smith.
Isaac, do you watch any sports?
I don't really watch football, basketball, baseball, any of that. I follow the Reds a little bit, but that's usually when I'm at work.
Isaac is to sports what Kiwan is to computer gaming.
Yes, but if you consider
Isaac's sitting over here playing a game of Hearthstone. What, mining?
if you consider, like, what is it, StarCraft 2, Dota, League of Legends, if you consider those sports, then I did spend a good amount of time from Thursday till today watching esports.
Yeah, I mean, esports is a thing, as long as that E's in front of it.
Well, except Dota. Dota's just like, okay, get back to fucking sewing our shoes together. That's great, China.
So, I was watching the League of Legends Championship Series. It's on from Thursday through Sunday because they split it. And you can watch the European League play on Twitch, and you can also watch the North American League. And one of the big things with the way this season's going is there's a team called LMQ who came from China. They went through everything they needed to qualify, and now they're in the North American Series. So they're an American team, but they're all Chinese players. And up until today, they were on just a tear, just annihilating everybody. And they finally got beat twice this weekend, which was a huge thing because everybody thought that this Chinese team, which 3/5 of their team are former world participating members. They got second on a world or on the world championship team. So everybody thought they were just going to stomp North America because North America sucks compared to every region, as everybody would tell you.
Right,
so,
because we have more than one game.
Yeah. So
that's the only game that makes it through fucking China's strict policies.
So that was really exciting. Some really good plays. I've described them, but you can't really describe them. It's more of a visual thing. So.
Okay. I can say that I have not, still to this day, what is it? June 1st? I am proud to say that I still have not seen the first pitch of live baseball.
Oh, dude, you missed Kanye's pitch, though.
I haven't watched that.
It wasn't Kanye. It was 50 Cent.
50 Cent.
I heard about
50 Cent got shit on by a blind kid. All right? That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Well, first and foremost,
in his defense,
black. You don't play.
I thought that was all you were saying.
You don't play baseball in the hood. Okay, everybody knows you don't play baseball.
Okay, go talk to every black player in the MLB then.
Those are Cubans. They're not real. They're not real.
They just look black.
Oh my gosh! I just pulled up the YouTube video for that. Wow.
Yeah, he
almost hit the cameraman.
I mean, he's qualified to be the mayor of Cincinnati, but other than that, it was pretty awful.
I saw a GIF of the pitch, and it had Lance Stevenson coming in and blowing it off away. I think you would appreciate that, Don.
Okay, here's a quick question: is it GIF or is it GIF?
GIF. It doesn't matter.
Well, GIF is tasty peanut butter, so I prefer the two to be separated. So I don't want to get confused.
Okay, well, from now on, then we will call it a GIF.
All right.
One win.
I got a question from a Twitter follower, sent to my private YouTube because I actually asked him a question. Damn it.
How is that a question?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
At GC Wright, what requires less athleticism, golf or NASCAR?
Less athleticism?
Yes.
Oh, God.
NASCAR.
That depends.
Well, one you can play drunk, and one you can play drunk.
No. So wait, what was the question again? Which takes less,
More athleticism. NASCAR or golf?
NASCAR or golf?
I'm honestly going to say golf for
Well,
one
have
reason.
you seen Tiger
One
Woods?
reason.
He is jacked.
One reason that it requires less athleticism. Not that the people aren't more athletic, but why does it require less? John Daly. John Daly is the reason that it requires less athleticism.
I can agree with that.
I'm going to agree with Don simply because literally yesterday we were out golfing and I was doing nothing but drinking beer and smoking cigarettes. So
And if
I haven't. When I see Danica Patrick hop out of a car with a 40 and a cigar, I'll agree it requires less athleticism.
You know,
but as long as she's still crashing into walls, I say she's good.
You know what GC Wright's preference was? Did he
What?
say?
No, he
NASCAR
didn't. He just asked.
I think golf takes less athleticism myself because, I mean, yeah, there's a physical strain there by hitting the ball, this and that, but the way clubs are designed, you don't have to kill that ball. The club is half your swing.
Yeah.
And then if you're looking at...
If you want to kill that pregnant bitch, it's over on hole 5.
You got to really hit it. But then if you look at NASCAR, some of those races are 400 or 500 miles.
That's an endurance race for sure.
Yeah.
Just
and I mean,
your arms. Go drive a car for 2 hours and tell me your arms aren't kind of...
Yeah, and then on top of
I drive
that...
with my knees.
On top of that, you're
200
going...
mile an hour, you don't.
200 mile an hour.
Yep,
And-
dodge Danica Patrick anytime she comes through there.
And
Oh, God, it's Danica.
you can't stop to use the restroom or anything or get a drink.
No, you just
Those cars don't have air conditioning, so they get hot. And you have to not fall asleep because I'm sure it gets boring for that driver too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I want Danica Patrick on the field.
Yeah, but that's
why
only,
she's here.
But that's only the first 20 laps.
And then the yellow flag goes up.
Yellow flag goes up and the GoDaddy.
Field.
Yellow flag goes up and the GoDaddy car goes to the garage. All right, let's see what else we got here. Anybody got any news? As far as sports news, obviously the Thunder and the Spurs are playing a rematch here in the NBA championship. It's the first NBA championship rematch since like 97-98. No, 97-98. When the Bulls played the Jazz 2 years in a row in the finals.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Of course, that was that Michael Jordan getting that nice shot over, I think, John Stockton, but I might be wrong. Getting that nice game winner that was on all the Gatorade commercials.
I know what you're speaking of.
I think it's that push that he had right at the elbow of the free throw line. Obviously, something happened with Johnny Manziel, I'm sure.
Yeah, he went to Vegas. He took a shit, ate breakfast, anything that's newsworthy.
Oh, I saw yesterday. For whatever reason, pretty much just for Ray Lewis, I like the Baltimore Ravens on Facebook. And they posted a picture yesterday of Torrey Smith. I think it was Torrey Smith's PlayStation 4 sitting in a nice comfy seat strapped in on a private jet. And the title of the headline was Torrey Smith's PS4 has a better seat than Johnny Manziel. Because Johnny Manziel was sitting coach in like a Southwest Airlines.
With some fat old bitch, just like miserable as fuck.
Had the middle seat on like Southwest Airlines.
He's just being safe with his money, not wasting it.
Because he was going to go blow $30,000 in Vegas.
Well, he probably literally blew $30,000 in Vegas up his nose or anything like that. Other news, gaming news. PAX Prime tickets went on sale a few days ago, and every year they've kind of been, selling out faster and faster and faster. But I believe last year people had about a 10-hour opportunity to purchase passes, either for the full 4 days or like single day passes. This year they sold out within an hour. But the major issue this year was a ton of people made like multiple email accounts and used multiple credit cards and all the different shit in order to purchase extra passes, and they're trying to sell them for markups like 10 times their actual cost.
Wow.
So being like uber cunts, the people who are legitimately trying to go to PAX Prime.
You always gotta watch out for those resellers. Somebody's always trying to make a buck on something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which hopefully, if people are smart, they're just not going to do it, and then hopefully wait till like the day or two before and try to grab them off Craigslist or something like that when they're a lot cheaper. But those assholes are making hundreds of dollars.
Oh yeah. Another thing that we should probably mention is that E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo, starts
next week?
June 10th. June 10th through 12th. So that should be exciting. I'm excited to see all the new games they're going to be announcing and stuff like that. I just saw a poster for the new Mortal Kombat. I thought that was kind of interesting. Since, it's been a couple years since then.
What's that dinosaur game you were looking at on Steam?
Oh, I found it. It was a Steam Early Access game. It's called Stomping Ground.
Stomping Ground?
Yeah, it's like $25. They guaranteed it not to go up in price to the full release, to the when it's completely done. The Stomping Land is what it's called.
Oh yeah, Stomping Land. I see it.
And it's what it is it's kind of like Rust. It's a survival type game, and you're essentially cavemen, kind of like Aztec warrior type deal, and they're dinosaurs. Now these dinosaurs will attack you, stuff like that. But, I mean, it's an MMO, so there's all kinds of people on there. You can team up with them. You can have, like, clan battles and stuff like that. Very similar to Rust. The dinosaurs are NPCs. You can tame them. They can become mounts. You can't become them. But they have, there's a bow and arrow. I think there's a spear, maybe. They have bolos, which, if you don't know what they are, they're the things you swirl around your head and throw them. 2 rocks on the end, they'll wrap people's legs up. And you can essentially take people hostage in that game.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you tie them up and drag them down through the road, and then you can put them in a cage and keep them trapped. Some of my favorite, let me see if I can read a review of it real quick. Honestly, the Steam reviews are my favorite thing. One of the Steam reviews, it's the 3rd highest rated review, Kidnapping Simulator 2014.
Yeah, I see that.
I mean, some of them are really good. It looks like a really fun game, but I will not be getting it just yet. I'm going to let them fix some stuff and patch it, because I think it's only been in early access here for a couple weeks, if that. So I'm going to wait, get some reviews, and maybe try and get Isaac and Matt up to get on it.
Another game, 2 more games that I'm really interested in, or excited for. Far Cry 4, I'm really excited for that. And then also the new Lord of the Rings. I don't know if you guys have checked that out. Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor.
Mordor.
Isn't it basically like Lord of the Rings meets Assassin's Creed? Because it looks like they used...
they use the Assassin's Creed engine, but if you watch the gameplay, it's
that's what I'm saying.
Different.
It's like their movements, like scaling buildings, like running across stuff, looks a lot like Assassin's Creed gameplay.
Yeah, well, they used the Assassin's Creed engine originally. There was a big a couple months back, there was some debate, going on about that because they didn't give credit to the engine creator or something along those lines, and so they eventually got his permission after, God knows how long.
But keep going.
And then I was going to say, I was just going to go back to Far Cry 4. I'm really excited for that as well.
Yes.
It should be really fun.
I was going to say, it's game related. If you go to humblebundle.com, they always have like a deal of the week, whatever. And this week, one of the games, I've always been a fan of the series, is Metal Slug. And if you pay more than the average, which right now it's still really low, it's like $4.84, you can get it and it'll give you a DRM-free version of it, Android version of it, which I tried it, and I need to mess with the controls or play it on my tablet, because even though the HTC one's huge, it just doesn't, like, the buttons don't work. And you can also then get it for Windows. And it's for $487, you're saving like half price, because it's $4 just for the app, and then it's still like $7 or $8 just for the game itself. So it's a really good deal.
I don't want her in here.
That would be Das Puppy.
Das Puppy.
Well, Obi. Okay. So there's some gaming news, movie news. Any new movies coming out? I heard Godzilla was good, but then I heard it wasn't. So
Yeah, I've heard both too.
I saw it maybe 2 weeks before I came back here. I think I saw it the weekend it came out. It was good, but there were portions of it that left you kind of wanting more. I guess you expected to be a lot of monster fighting.
you needed more Matthew Broderick in your life. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, Brian, spoiler
Kill
alert.
Godzilla. No spoiler alert. Fuck you.
Okay, then I
Keep
want
that shit to
spoiler alert.
yourself.
But okay, so like the fighting, like the monsters fighting, like all the way up until like maybe the last like 10 or so minutes, they always cut away from like the monsters when they're fighting. It seemed like when Godzilla and Mothra would like start battling it out, they would cut away. Sometimes it was humorous. There's one instance where they're like in Hawaii fighting, and maybe like Honolulu, and like right when they get ready to get into it, it goes to like one of the main characters with the back of his head to a TV, and like it's a news broadcast with like Godzilla uppercutting Mothra or something like that, which was kind of funny. But it's like every time it happened, like it seemed like they pulled away, which is kind of disappointing. But other than that, I mean, it was pretty good.
So wait a minute, Mothra was in this movie?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That's the main character. It's
way
not really,
to spoil that for me.
That's not really a spoiler alert.
No.
Way to spoil that for me.
Well, I guess the whole fucking movie's ruined for you, so I might as well just say everything else now, shouldn't I?
The whole evening
you're
is
fucking bullshit.
Also, I'll say it was better than like the one they made with
Matthew Broderick, Ferris
Yeah.
Bueller. No way.
it was better
No
than
way.
that one.
I guess
do we
there's-
talk about some TV news?
real
AKA Game
quick,
of Thrones tonight.
Let me knock out one thing real quick first. Ant-Man. If you've heard anything about that,
The
here
director?
like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, their director quit. I mean, it seemed pretty amicable, but the director left, and then
They got a new one.
they got a new one, and then
And
like
he's
2
gone.
days ago he left. So
And he's
who
gone.
knows what the fuck is going on there? But
I don't want to see Ant-Man anyway. I mean,
Well, I want to see Paul Rudd be Ant-Man, so
I like
going.
I like
honestly,
I like the character in the comics, but I don't want to see that on the big screen. It doesn't seem like it'll be entertaining.
Maybe considering what's happening, maybe it's something that they just kind of shelve and maybe do like a mini series and shove it on Netflix with everything else.
okay, all right, Game of Thrones time.
yes.
I mean, Isaac might want to.
I'm out of this,
because
but
he's an asshole and still has only knocked out like the first 3 episodes. that
first
we
3
made him watch.
episodes.
I just want you to know that my mom made it to the end of season 1 this last week.
Jeez.
She started this week, so
Yeah, she started last week, season 1, Friday. I get a text message from her. Ryan and Kiwan know this. I just get a text message from her. I hate you.
I love her reason for it too, but
Text
we
her
won't.
back, and
We won't reveal why. But
I mean,
love-
if you've seen the show, you obviously know what
Why.
happens. But I mean, tonight we got the big battle going on. Without trying to give it too many spoilers to Isaac.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I'm too pumped. I'm really pumped about this. It should be extremely
Pretty
interesting.
excited about it.
oh, it's going to be phenomenal.
In 48 minutes, hour 48 if you're P1, got to use somebody else's HBO Go.
Hashtag Black people problems. Hashtag broke college graduate project problems.
Oh, I've only got a master's degree.
Yeah, well, if somebody would,
Oh,
if any of you
me.
guys are listening, you want to hire me, go ahead. I would love that.
Graphic
Hey,
design,
hey, Kiwan,
business administration.
The SMG Podcast would like to hire you to
Make
make
us a
us that
fucking
logo.
emblem.
I'd like to hire you, get you some overlays on my Twitch layout.
commission. Yeah. How much is Adobe Premiere or whatever this you need?
It's Adobe Illustrator. Well, if you want to get the suite, if you're a student, you can get the suite for a cheap, low price of $600 and something.
Okay, you have fun. I was gonna say,
600
we can all chip in
649.
$15 and get Kiwan his Adobe, and he can make us. It's like, no, fuck that. I don't got that money.
This is
You
for
gotta sell drugs,
Windows.
Kiwan.
You could get it.
selling your body for sex.
You could get Adobe
Sell
Illustrator
yourself on Tinder.
in 1 year, like a 1 year license
Make it
for
slut.
$229.95.
Speaking of which,
Ouch.
Kiwan, how's that
What
Tinder
up?
coming?
I got rid of that after those 2-3 days. I got bored of it. It's honestly, the app is hilarious.
It's
What was
really
it?
funny.
It is really
it's essentially
funny.
a hookup app, and Kiwan
Oh.
made me download it. I'm
It's
sitting
so-
there, I'm like, and it kind of syncs with your Facebook, so it'll like tell you, it won't post anything, but it tells you what kind of like likes you have in common, and if you have mutual friends. I'll scroll
It's
through them. 8
so
mutual
funny.
friends, all people
Oh.
from Defiance.
It'll be
Scroll
like,
through
oh,
125 mutual friends. Well, that's
And
someone
one
for sure.
relation.
and then it'll be like, oh hey, Ryan's sister.
Oh, don't put names out there, damn it. How hard that nose?
It should make you happy because there are 2 possibilities, Ryan.
There were.
Either she hasn't been on there since, or she didn't like me back. So either way, you should be happy because we didn't get matched.
Yeah, you haven't caught up on my sister, thank God. The least of my family's worries at this point.
I guess let's go. This is the topic that we kind of decided that we were going to do today. We all seen Days of Future Past now?
I haven't yet, but
You've
I read the
comics.
I read the comics.
I mean, let's not rattle off any spoilers or anything like that, because it's a fairly new enough movie that some people might not have seen it. I guess these are the quick talking points we wanted to do. If you could have a mutant power, which one do you want? It's got to be an existing one. You can't create one.
And no cap outs where you're like, so and so could absorb people's powers and blah blah blah.
Okay,
not-
Cartman.
So you can't be Rogue?
She's
Screw her.
so sexy. I want to
She-
be Rogue so I can look
She
myself
can she
naked.
can legitimately absorb people's powers, and she takes their memories, their everything.
Yeah, but no one likes Anna Paquin. Unless
Alright,
you
Regardless, the comic book.
All right.
don't ruin my
Mutant
fun.
power. Go. Anything? Anybody want one?
See,
We're just all going to be a bunch of fucking normal people.
I want to
No.
be a black man.
I do want to be a normal person. I just want to be Batman.
Batman's not a mutation.
But he's not-
Yeah, I
He's
know,
just
but
rich.
he's like fuck all y'all powers. I got plenty of money. And
He's
I'm
not
gonna
even
do
the
my
same
own thing.
universe, asshole.
You know
Pick
what?
a mutant
Because
power.
I know he's
You had
DC,
all week to think about it.
He's
I-
got
but
he's
I
got
just
iron
like
will.
Batman.
his will is his superpower.
T1 picks fucking Toad.
Okay, fine. I will pick somebody then. If I had to choose anybody, I would probably be Bishop.
Bishop,
Which
okay.
his powers are...
He
Absorb-
absorbs everybody else's energy, and he can fry that back.
Okay, hold on.
Okay,
Let's
so
just
he-
rewind it.
I
Let's
was
just
scared.
rewind it 2 minutes real
He
quick.
can tell.
No,
he
no,
can-
he-
No
he
genetic
can't-
superpowers.
He was
He
in the
can't. He
remember?
can't. No, he cannot use their powers, but he can absorb their
He can
energy.
absorb kinetic energy,
Okay.
He was the one that was
not their
shooting the
powers.
plasma rifle thing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes.
The one that they send back every time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
I gotcha. All right, Isaac. What kind of
Um,
superpower are you going?
If I had to have a superpower, I'd want it to be Blink. Her superpower, because it's ridiculous. She can, well, what it is she can blink. She can open up like a temporal distortion, and she can do like the Nightcrawler teleport thing, but she can teleport much greater distances. But
Okay.
she can also like wrap people in it and then like cut them in half with it, and like you could do a whole bunch of things with it. It's pretty crazy
Okay.
in the comics anyway. So that's the power I'd want, just because it gives a lot of creativity.
Is that the people who essentially are the robots from Portal?
Yes.
Okay. Who you got, Ryan? Don't
I'm
take
not
mine.
really-
I know you saw which one.
I'm not actually going to use. At least I don't think there's any in the X-Men Marvel universe that has this. But I'm assuming some people, especially since it's on Netflix, you've seen the movie Limitless, where he's
Okay.
able to absorb all that information quickly and then always remember it. And so he was able to do stuff like learn how to be a master pianist within like 2 days, and like learn languages in like
It's a
2 days.
pianist, but go ahead.
Yeah, but that's basically what I would want mine to be. So like I would have the ability to absorb information at a greater rate, and then to not only absorb it but retain it, and then actually apply it.
Okay. First of all, said you can't create your own mutations, and secondly, that's a drug.
I'm not saying I want the drug. I'm saying I just want that power.
Okay.
And people were
it
giving me
it
crap.
could be a mutation.
No shit. It's
And I was
nobody
getting
fucking
crap because I
listens.
wanted the power of having a lot of money.
Well,
Because
kinda what
that's not a power.
Tell that to Batman.
Uh-huh.
I'll
I got
give
this
Batman superhero status only because he has a greater will than any other person.
If I have to choose an actual one from the universe, then I'll take Storms so I can make myself snow days.
Still gonna be a fucking teacher?
Might as
Oh, well, today's going to be a fog delay.
Why would you not be the world's greatest weatherman?
Storm's a teacher. Fuck you. They're all
That is
teachers.
true.
You can see who I am. This is
Halle
my superpower.
Berry.
Got that Deadpool.
Oh,
Wait,
nice.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I knew what Don was going to go. I knew he was going to say Deadpool.
I mean, even if it's just Wade Wilson, that's still super fast reflexes and an amazing ability to talk shit.
He does have an
And
amazing
an
ability.
amazing
to talk shit.
awareness, because he is 100% aware that he is in a movie and that he is in a comic book, and he has the ability to lead those comic books and kill people in real life. I mean, what else could you want? Okay, most overrated mutant.
So we're going just Marvel Universe?
X-Men.
All right.
Days of Future Past is the theme.
Oh, well, honestly, I know everybody loves him and stuff like that, but I'm kind of fucking sick of seeing him in every goddamn movie.
Wolverine?
Yes. Like, no offense, I enjoy the Wolverine. I enjoy the Wolverine character. He is a badass, but I'm also really fucking sick of him.
I mean, he's the reason that it exists right now. That fucking franchise was dead in the water.
Yeah.
I know. But, you know...
Here's
okay.
what's hard to believe. Hugh Jackman was nobody before the first X-Men movie. He was a fucking nobody.
Yeah.
And
then he became Van Helsing, and then he...
Which
went on.
wasn't bad. I mean, it flopped, but it was a solid movie.
Let's not talk about the merits of Van Helsing.
Most overrated. Go ahead, Isaac. You got one?
Not yet. I'm still trying to think of one.
I'll say Professor X. I think he's super. He never does shit. His younger self might do a little bit. I guess if you're going like Days of Future Past, but old man Professor X doesn't do shit ever.
And then when he
Right?
dies, he doesn't.
Yeah, he dies like a bitch. He doesn't do anything to try and save himself. He just fucking dies. He's a pencil pusher. He just tells everybody else what to do. He kind of uses his powers in a tiny supportive role every once in a while and goes, "Oh, they're over there. Why don't you guys go fucking find them?" That's all he does.
Even though, by the way, I can stop everybody from even realizing anything's going on. with my
We're
mind.
about
I
to
can
have a
just
war.
stop time.
Let me stop everybody, and all 8 of you can kill Magneto real quick.
Yeah, like he does it, and he stops like that entire museum of people. But when something really happens, he's just kind of like, "Oh well."
Well, he stopped the whole Oval Office and
Yeah,
the
that
live
too.
cameras. He essentially stopped the entire world,
Yeah.
except for the president.
God forbid he's gonna get everybody to walk up out of that UN meeting so the Statue of Liberty doesn't mutate everybody.
Yeah.
Rick.
Okay, I got my overrated Galactus.
Okay.
Because he's the most overrated, because not only does he create the Silver Surfer, but he has to consume planets to live, which means you're gonna notice this.
Oh, Silver Surfer, Fantastic Four. I got you
Yeah.
now. I was thinking
And-
Silver guy.
Oh, my bad. And the being you created, your your herald kills you. You created an indestructible being, and you didn't even realize he was indestructible and could kill you. That's why he's the most overrated.
My most overrated. I don't know enough of the X-Men to rattle one off. Cyclops, he was in all 3 movies, but he didn't do anything but bitch at Wolverine. He didn't do a goddamn thing for 3 fucking movies, except for go like this when he lost his glasses one time. That's literally the only thing he did for 3 goddamn movies, and then die a well-deserved death. If they wouldn't have written him in, you wouldn't have noticed a thing other than knowing he wasn't in there.
And you didn't even get to see him die.
No, it's bullshit.
Can I put up an honorable mention with one that's not even really in the movies?
Sure.
Jubilee is fucking worthless.
She's not.
She is. She shoots fireworks. She basically shoots firecrackers out of her fingers. That's what she does.
It's only that weak, and it's that way because
she was in the old cartoons, wasn't she?
Yeah. She's afraid of her power. Like in some of the comics I've read, there's a Marvel, an X-Man called Sync, and he can synchronize with another mutant and use their power, and he uses it to like its full potential and just destroys like 8 or 9 city blocks and all these other hordes of villains. And she was like, "Was that my power?" And he was like, "Yeah, why don't you use it like this?" And she was like, "Oh, because I don't want this to happen." So it's her. She's the flaw, not the power.
Okay, I'm sorry. She's just a worthless human being.
Yes.
Then, so.
Yes.
She's not a human being.
She's not even human.
She's a worthless mutant. She deserves to be drowned like a.
All right. Let's speed it up real quick. Favorite mutant, go.
Spider-Man.
I'll count it. I'll count Spider-Man as a mutant, even though he's not X-Men.
Then Hawk. The Hawk.
Okay, that's a mutation.
Deadpool.
Most people think mine's Deadpool, and it probably would have been until Days of Future Past reminded me who my favorite mutant is, and that is Colossus.
No.
I love me some Colossus. Actually, that is true. That's my favorite. I love Colossus.
Colossus and Juggernaut, and it's real close, but Colossus.
I just love
I'm the Juggernaut.
I'm the Juggernaut,
exactly.
Bitch.
That was the only good thing from that movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Who needs to be on screen more time? Colossus again. They kind of glanced over him, and all he did was get bitched.
Literally, all he did was there, and he got bitched, and then he was there at the end to stand as a teacher. Like, come on, Jesus Christ!
No shit.
Beast. Like Beast,
Okay.
Beast, not human Beast.
Right. Beast. Big blue beast.
Yeah, Blue Beast.
I gotcha.
I would say Halle Berry kind of just got screwed over because Storm was.
Halle Berry went there to get some money, and that's it.
Literally, Storm had the lamest part of the whole movie, really.
Yeah. Well, no.
You know who I really wished had gotten more screen time, even though he did have
Quicksilver.
Yes.
I thought the
Quicksilver.
exact same
Fucking
thing.
hilarious.
Scene was so awesome.
Oh my god.
Fucking hilarious.
Like everything stopped, and I was like, "Oh shit! Professor X got his powers back."
Nope.
Nope.
This nigga's just going around fucking with everybody.
He's fucking with everybody, and then, oh shit. Everybody rattle that off. Isaac,
What?
did you rattle off who needs more screen time?
Oh, I said Beast. Blue Beast.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh no. My headset's dying.
Your cord's not long enough done. What are you gonna do?
What direction do you want Age of Apocalypse to take? Like, how is... I mean, this is kind of a hard question for Isaac because he hasn't seen Days of Future Past.
What happened, like, I'll give you a little... After I finished Days of Future Past...
spoilers. I'd still like to go and watch them.
Yeah. After I finished Days of Future Past, the comic, this is what I went straight to the Age of Apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
So, Age of Apocalypse is huge. And
I'm pretty pumped about that.
Maybe halfway through. But if it follows anywhere close to the comic. I want it to be just as dark could be.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't want it to be all
everybody's
stuff.
So like
everybody's
Storm's getting raped by like a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire, and
like she's dead. Like she isn't even in the comics. She's dead.
is she alive now, motherfucker?
Well, wait to ruin that
think
for
about
me.
it. Think about it. I think
There's
Professor Xavier probably went and got her.
Xavier,
like-
what happens with the Age of Apocalypse in the comics is it's a parallel universe, and it's saying, what if Professor Xavier died before the X-Men were even created?
Oh, yeah, that's not how this one's going.
Right. So, I mean, a lot of things were different. Magneto ends up becoming like the Xavier figure. He becomes the superhero instead of the supervillain that he is.
Here's what I want, Isaac. You
Mhm.
might want to take off your headset or something, because this is spoiler territory. If you want to watch the movie.
I'm not going to be too worried.
Okay, here's my thing.
Spoiler alert!
Oh, God, spoiler alert. Huge spoiler alert. Here's my thing. Think about all the things that have changed now in mutant history. Wolverine doesn't have his metal claws. Wolverine's brother, probably still alive. Vietnam War, their war that Wolverine fought in after Vietnam?
No.
Okay,
No.
never mind. So that still would have stayed the same. Not going to have his metal claws. Stryker's son is going to be on the loose because Stryker, I'm pretty sure, is dead now. And he never locked up his son in containment. I mean, Scott's still alive. Jean's still alive. Honestly, I think
Jean Grey's still alive.
And she's still a Phoenix.
Yeah, I think that something crazy is going to happen, and she's going to be the villain.
Dark Phoenix again.
Again, I mean, it's essentially the same plot as X-Men 3, but hopefully it won't be shit, which I'm sure it
They
will.
could
Well,
take it and...
They showed what's his name in the post credits.
Who?
We missed it. We weren't paying attention, but
Mr. Sinister?
yeah, the Age of Apocalypse guy, the original mutant in human history.
Oh, Apocalypse.
Yeah, Apocalypse. He's going to be the main protagonist.
Villain, yeah. Him and his four horsemen.
Him, yeah.
Literally, this is what I
okay.
think is going to happen. So when the movie ends, and this is spoiler alert again, Logan has no fucking idea what's happened to him the past 40 years
since Vietnam.
Yeah, so he doesn't know, and the Professor X is basically going to sit there and tell him what happens. And the entire movie is going to be based on what Professor X tells him what happened since that time. And since that time, that's going to be the story of Apocalypse, something major that happened that Wolverine doesn't remember because of everything that happened in Days of Future Past.
So it happened already?
Yeah, it happened already, but he's telling Wolverine the events that happened. And Wolverine probably plays a major part in it, but he doesn't remember.
Okay.
And then we're going to see younger versions of Scott and Jean and Storm. We're going to see younger versions of them that might not necessarily be the same actors that play them currently. And then we're going to have all the younger versions of the mutants themselves. So we're going to have young Professor X, young Magneto, young Raven, all that different stuff.
This roster update.
Okay. Let's see if we can get Isaac back on now. Isaac?
Say what? Mhm.
Okay, you're here. All right, I guess. Okay, real quick. Gambit movie happening. Are they going to be able to tie that in and change his story a little bit to match what has happened in the two main movies? Because obviously he never met Wolverine now. I mean, I don't think that'll matter that much, but he's never met Wolverine. Because that's how they met in Origins and shit like that. That was just something I thought about. But standalone mutant movie. Who do you want to have one?
Repeat the question.
Who do you want to have a standalone movie? Mutant-wise, X-Men-wise.
Deadpool.
Deadpool, for sure.
And was it Hugh Grant's talked about wanting to have a movie where he gets to fight an actual Deadpool, not the bullshit Origins Deadpool.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Right, obviously, fucking... And it's...
Ryan Reynolds.
I would really love it to be Ryan Reynolds because he was such an amazing Deadpool. He was an amazing Wade Wilson.
Not so much Deadpool.
Well, they fucked up and didn't put any clothes on him. But I would love the Deadpool movie.
I would agree. That's pretty much all I can think of at this time.
As long as they can rate it R and don't try and make it PG-13.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they'll never do that.
Well, it is Fox. It's not Disney, so
Yeah.
they might.
Or just release 2 versions of it. Give us an R-rated on Blu-ray.
Just uncut, unrated.
Right.
I would like to see a standalone of Archangel.
Okay.
I don't know why, but it just sounded good. Or maybe Psylocke.
I don't
She
know
has psychic powers. She can create a mind blade that cuts through people. She's kind of like a ninja. I mean, that's a really bad rundown, but
I mean, I know
Generalization.
Q1's
Yeah.
got to be happy about fucking Gambit getting his movie.
Yes, I really like Gambit.
Are you
I'm
happy
happy
about
about that.
Channing Tatum?
You know, here's my
No.
thought on it, is that I just don't see Channing Tatum doing it. He's going to really have to work on the accent, too.
No, he's from there. He's got it.
Yeah, he's from New
Louisiana.
Orleans.
Yeah.
But just because you're from New Orleans doesn't mean you have that spot on Creole,
Cajun-
Really,
Cajun
Q1?
accent.
You're from Detroit and you say axe.
Yeah, but I could also answer.
Cut
but
off
I-
the lights.
Cut off the lights.
But I could also answer the phone and you'll think I'm a white man. So
That's true.
I mean that's a bad.
That's a black person superpower, Q1. You can't really
Nuh-uh.
put that
No.
on your resume.
Because if you that is a superpower in the black world. They're like, you know, if we're in trouble and there's no white person present and we have to talk to the cops, 9 times out of 10 I'm the one talking to the cops.
Why are you hanging around with those people, Q1?
Why do you have to talk to the cops?
I'm from Detroit.
I just figured the cops just kept driving.
Or
all the
the cops
Although-
in Detroit like that black boy's in the white neighborhood. Whoop, whoop.
When I say talk to the cops, I mean my dad. So they're like, oh shit, somebody's gonna have to talk to the cops.
I finally met your dad after your graduation, and the entire time all I was doing was, whatever happened to the place that's gonna be?
Yes!
Man, the paper boy. No, that's
It's a rare tradition. In
This
these
day and
age. Yes. My dad looks exactly like Carl from Family Matters.
A little
Carl
bit.
Weasley.
He's shorter than I thought he would be, though.
My dad's short. That's
Like
what-
5'5", 5'6".
Yeah, my dad's pretty short. Let's just say he never played basketball.
Oh God. I mean, I guess that's it that we've got written down. Anybody have anything else?
No, I do suggest though that everybody follow me, not so much other guys, whatever, but follow me on Twitter at Yep It's Keys.
At Yep, it's Keys, not Yup.
Yep.
I don't know who Yup is, but
Yep.
I'm sure he'd
Whatever.
appreciate the follow too.
YEPITSKEYS. What? I'm always active on the Twitter sphere.
Q1's a solid follow. I am at Donnie_G. We got MadPup at MadPupYT and at X_SACX. SAC, not SACK. Pretty much for the most part, that's our PlayStation Network names too. So give us a. Well, no, that's not.
I'm
That's
Batman
mine.
and Kiwan.
That is mine.
I might look at trying to change mine though. Aren't we supposed to be able to do that? Possibly change our screen names.
I don't know. That's a
Not a
I
huge
like-
deal.
that's
I
a
like
question for
Batman
Google.
and Kiwan.
Kiwan is Batman and Kiwan. Isaac and mine are the same as our Twitter handles. MadPups is Brian70 or MadPup70.
Mine's actually the
For
same for
PlayStation,
everything.
it's like RDFish90 or something.
Ah, that's right. If you could just find a fucking acronym and stick with it, we'd all be happier.
God damn it, Ryan.
I don't want people fucking adding me on PlayStation Network. That's private time.
Only add us if you're good and you want to be an engineer on Battlefield 4.
Exactly.
Or,
That's all we do.
if you want to get our PayPal information and just like send us money and buy us stuff, that'd be great.
Yes.
Giving us money to give
Or
Kiwan
if you
something.
want to send us some games to review and stuff like that,
Pictures, love drawings. We can
Love
make a
drawings.
PO box and put some shit up everywhere. Or
Yes.
just emails. SMG Podcasts at gmail.com. You got something you want to send us?
we'll be getting a logo sooner than later. So whenever I get around to working on it sometime this week, possibly, we should get a logo.
And at least on my end, once we get settled down more, I'll probably be doing some streaming on the podcast Twitch channel.
Yep.
But that just kind of depends on either when I'm back at my current apartment where all my stuff's at, or when I get moved back in somewhere decent over here.
Yeah, hopefully next week we'll have some new stuff to cover, and hopefully Reese will be able to join us next week. He's the fifth member of our podcast.
Yeah, boy.
And we'll see if we can't get some guys on here in the coming weeks, get some guests, some of our friends on as well. Anything else?
I stream every day from 4 till about 9, 10. I try to make it about 5 hours. You can catch me at XTheSackX on Twitter. I play Minecraft, Hearthstone, League of Legends, one of the 60 games I have on my Steam account. So you name it, I'll play it, and I'll stream it. We'll do it.
Alrighty. Catch you guys later.
All right.
All right. See you guys.
Thanks for listening to the SMG Podcast. Got a question for us? Tweet us at SMG Podcast or follow our host individually at @X_SackX, at YepitsKeys, at MadPupYT, and at Donnie_G. All rights reserved, except for the ones that aren't.